Hello and welcome to Coach's Decision, a weekly sports talk show that focuses on the Bay Area and beyond in the sports. My name is Thomas Todd. I'm the host of Good Morning Monterey Bay, sitting in the host chair at KSCO. Joined in studio today, producer Tori off to my side. Say hi, Tori.
Oh, hi, everyone.
And the man who broke his hand after he heard about Chris Paul's injury, it's Joaquin Nagel.
I'm just here to talk Heat Hornets. You ready?
Dude, Hawks Celtics, Heat Hornets. Oh, my God. That's at the end of the show.
Oh. What are we going to talk about, Thomas?
Every point guard for the second straight playoffs is going down.
Yeah, Pat Beverly with a strained hamstring.
Somebody hide Kyle Lowry away. Send him to camp.
Hey, he's got a bad elbow. That's why he's shooting so poorly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can talk about
point guards everywhere.
How many bad Eastern Conference series are there right now? All of them?
No.
There's no quality, though.
No, the only bad one is over.
I know, but there's no quality in any of them.
Did you watch that Raptors Indy game yesterday?
Down 13.
The comeback?
I get
the
it.
The huge dunk. Exposing Frank Vogel for not playing Paul George and not staggering minutes for Paul George and George Hill.
39 points for Paul George.
I mean, it's been a big philosophy of Vogel's of playing the starters, maximizing the starters' time together, like going back to the Roy Hibbert days when they had that run in the Eastern Conference.
So Joaquin,
anyway,
you're here for Eastern Conference analysis.
Eastern Conference analysis. That's where I get my.
Don't break your other hand. Don't break your other hand. Slamming it on the table. Tori is in here. Producer Tori is in here because players are hurt. Their skeletons are mangled. And there's nothing you like more. Well, a dead mangled skeleton, but living mangled skeleton slightly lower on the list.
But still fun.
Still can be fun. So we're going to start with Steph Curry slipping in a wet spot.
Yeah.
Donatas Montiunas is one giant wet spot waiting to happen. He takes a tumble.
He fell over 4 times that game.
Like a 48-year-old guy in an adult softball game. You just get him out of there. Somebody get that guy a beer.
He's like the second shortstop in a slow pitch league.
He's just there for the free hot dogs.
Somebody get that guy a beer and a hot dog.
And the ball accidentally went his way, and he tripped on the grass between the infield and the outfield.
His kid stopped showing up after the second game. Just like, no, he doesn't have it.
No, not at all.
So Curry slips in a wet spot. He's got a grade 1 knee sprain. There's not
MCL.
much MCL sprain. There's not too much analysis on that other than what's an MCL.
A medial
collateral ligament. We know that.
It's the one on the inside, not the outside.
Okay. Is that better or worse?
It's the best one to injure.
It's your tibia's on the inside. That's where the most weight bearing is. So at least it's not on the outside, which is where it tends to be weaker, which is where your fibula sits.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's the type that linemen are always wearing braces to protect. That's the injury they're always getting and just playing through with big braces.
So Curry will be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
Yes.
How far into the next round is that going to be schedule-wise?
It depends. If the Clippers-Blazers series goes 6 games.
Which we're watching kind of side-eye right now.
And the Warriors manage to close out Houston tonight, then Game 1 will be Sunday. But Game 7 for Clips-Blazers could also be Sunday, which would then push Game 1 back to Tuesday.
Right, and they play, 3 games in 7 days, usually?
So about around Game 3.
Around Game 3 is when we're looking at when he'll be reevaluated and either given the clear or given another set of expectations for the injury.
Yes, and the timeline for these injuries is usually 1 to 3 weeks. So that's where 2 weeks is being given.
So we have to talk about this because the winner of Golden State will play the winner of Portland and LA.
The winner of Golden State.
Sorry, the winner of this Golden State series. They're going to win this series.
Okay.
They're going to play Portland versus Los Angeles, the winner there. Mm-hmm. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin ruled out.
Remainder of the playoffs.
His thigh flared up, his quad flared up.
His torn quad, right? Torn quadricep and broken hand were the ailments he suffered.
Did he break a trainer over his leg or something? Is that what happened?
It was really like a combination move he pulled on the trainer.
Finish him.
Punched him.
No fatalities. No fatalities.
What do they call that? The backbreaker?
Yeah.
Wrestling move?
But the more important injury, because the Clippers have actually looked okay without Griffin this season. They've been able to fill the gap a little bit.
Yeah, they do the 4-out, run it around the Paul Jordan pick and roll because everyone can shoot on that team.
And just have J.J. Redick weaving ice skating maneuvers through the floor.
Yeah, and Paul Pierce can play a little bit of the 4, and Jeff Green can sometimes try,
And Luke Amute can get people water. Get people water and towels.
Can play defense, can chill out in LA where he went to college, and maybe stand in the corner on offense.
Create wet spots on the floor.
No, he's no Montejunas.
But Chris Paul, we buried the lead because we said all the point guards are hurt, and one of them is Chris Paul. Top
Point
5.
God.
Ooh, that's good.
Chris Paul.
God complex. Top 5 MVP candidate this year on your ballot, right?
I thought you were going to say top 5 point guard all time, and
that's fine.
Might be true.
He's in the tail end of his prime, we'd say right now,
Yes.
right? Kind of slowed down, but he can still hit that nasty shot. He still runs the floor
He's still
very
money
well.
from 18 to 25 feet.
So he has a broken hand.
Yes.
Victoria, you said something about a carpal or a metacarpal?
Oh, it's his metacarpal. It's the long bone in the palm of the hand that's connected to your middle finger. There's a tendon there. It's like where all of your grip comes from. Like if you're catching a ball, that's where it's hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a good place to be. They were saying, 4 to 6 weeks?
4 to 6, that's it.
Yeah.
They're done.
They're done.
Because there's actually a still chance they beat Portland, but there's no chance they get through Golden State.
Whoever comes out of this Golden State Houston series.
whoever comes out of the West, period.
Yes.
They could get to the West Finals on a hook and a prayer and some silly putty, but I don't see it for them with Paul and Blake Griffin out.
Yeah, I don't see it for them at all. I think it really the interesting question it raises is, do the Clippers blow it up this summer?
Well, they were planning to. They had some talk preseason about.
Well, they were alluding to it.
If it doesn't happen now, then it's not going to happen.
But does it need to happen?
Probably not. I mean, why can't you just win 55 games?
The likelihood of winning a title is so small. Like, think about how many teams have won a title in the last 20 years.
All the Texas teams, the Bulls, the Warriors,
yeah,
the Heat. Yeah, LeBron.
Right? It's LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, Wade, Dirk, Steph.
Yeah, that's it.
And Hakeem. And Duncan.
And that's Hakeem. That's not even 20 years ago now.
Yeah,
that's graduated out of the 2-decade club.
So those are the people who get you titles. It's really, really hard to win a title. It's also, if you're the Clippers or the Warriors or the Kings, really, really hard to make the playoffs consistently. And that does something for a franchise. Like, the Utah fans fondly remember the Stockton Malone era. They didn't win a title. They made it to the finals twice at the very tail end of their primes, but they never won a title the whole time. But they'll be forever hailed in Utah as great icons of the sport.
Well, that's true. And when you're the Clippers, you're currently using the Lakers locker room as like a lounge.
Yeah.
So you have to just relish that, because the Lakers are going to be bad for at least 1 or 2 more seasons.
You're not going to catch up to them in hanging banners and Staples.
Right. But you can be the relevant team in your building for a couple more seasons until maybe they get their act together. Maybe they don't. Maybe you're the new dynamic. Maybe you're the new Lakers. People want to come play for you.
You draw the free agents, and it's hard to draw free agents if you're blowing up your core all the time. Free agents go to places with stability, for the most part.
Okay. Well, we can talk about that because we have some coaching hires who are going to be trying to attract free agents, namely Kevin Durant.
Yes, Scotty Brooks.
Scotty Brooks gets hired in Washington.
5 years, $7 million per.
Whew, it's a big deal. It's a big contract. All these contracts are going to be big for these coaching candidates. But the Wizards have been trying over the last year or so to construct an offer that Kevin Durant's not going to be able to refuse.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to be able to refuse it?
Easily.
Easily?
Easily.
Okay. Do you think he should refuse it?
Yeah, I do.
I agree. I think he should stay?
For 1 year. I hope he signs a 1 year deal with an opt-out option after 1 year.
And then what do you want him to do?
Well, that way he and Russ can hit the market at the same time, and they can decide if they want to go to the same place, if they want to leave. Not one of them is stuck in Oklahoma City.
There's no way they're both going to the same place, and that place isn't Oklahoma City.
It could be the Lakers.
You think they'd both go to L.A.?
I mean, Russ would.
Yeah, Russ would, but would KD go there if he went there? I think they would split up. I can see Kevin Durant wanting to play with another superstar. I don't see that superstar being Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't think you're maximizing Kevin Durant by playing him with Russell Westbrook.
No, I totally agree. And I think Kevin Durant's the person who knows that the best. So.
Yes.
But what do you think overall for Washington hiring Scotty Brooks? Because he's an oft-criticized coach.
I think that it's good for Washington that their big men are better than Kendrick Perkins, so they won't be wasting the possessions that Scott Brooks insists on getting the big guys some post touches
early. How much
early.
is Nene better than Kendrick Perkins? 20%? 30%?
115% on offense.
And Gortat is a skilled big man.
200% on offense.
Also, Jason Terry just slipped on a wet spot.
Was it caused by Montejunas?
He's not even on the floor.
Was it caused by Montejunas?
This man is amazing.
My concern for Washington, can Bradley Beal stay healthy?
No.
Not at all?
I mean, we've seen in Steph Curry, we've seen someone have an injury struggle early in their career and then come back and have it be almost a non-issue until
a non-issue for 4 regular seasons, I guess.
Yeah, but look at the number of games he played last season, including playoffs, and then this season. You can't really say like he's injury prone anymore.
One thing the Warriors definitely do is they consciously rest him a lot. I wonder, do you think Scott Brooks can shape his rotations to reduce Beal's minutes? Do you think maybe if he plays 28 minutes a night, he doesn't get all these soft tissue strains?
How many years did it take Scott Brooks to learn how to stagger players? So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But they're probably better off than with Randy Whitman, right?
I think they're
Scott
better
Brooks
off
know
than
which
with
side
Randy.
of the clipboard to write on.
I think
which side of the pencil's the eraser.
Scott Brooks knows how to get his guys to play hard, and he knows how to get his guys to play defense.
Okay, moving on to Tibbs. Now, see, I knew this was the guy that was really going to get you.
Excited.
Just
so
go
excited.
over the Tibbs fit. Why is Tibbs the best candidate for that job?
Why is Tibbs the best candidate for that job? Because he designed the modern NBA defense.
Okay.
He's the reason people ice screens. He led the best defense when he was an assistant coach in Boston, and then again when he was the head coach in Chicago. And giving him young players on a team who clearly have the tools to be excellent defenders, and guys like Ricky Rubio, and he isn't even super young anymore, but he is a plus defender as a point guard. Wiggins has all the tools to be a plus defender, so does Levine. Giving that sort of core to Tibbs, it seems like a great move by Minnesota. Also, Tibbs and Garnett were tight when they worked together with the Celtics, and Garnett's staying in Minnesota, and so that I just see those two shepherding the young core into a very relevant franchise.
Garnett's going to be in a suit next to Tibbs like within 2 years, right?
Yeah, 2 years from now.
Standing in is he going to be okay as an assistant coach, or is he going to have to be held back?
I feel like he'll be more of a player development type guy.
Okay. He'll sit in the second row, maybe?
I hope he sits in the second row. That way he'll never interfere with the game. He'll yell. He could still yell the things he yells from the second row. He doesn't need to be in the first row.
Right. He may get like Mark Cuban banned from being a certain amount of length from the court.
You need that first row buffer.
Yeah, exactly.
The splash zone. Needs to be out of the splash zone.
The concern with Tibbs is the minutes, right? Everyone likes to say how he killed Luol Deng's athleticism in Chicago, playing him so much, and Noah's recent struggles physically were contributed to by the way Tibbs rotates his players or plays his top guys so much. So the question is, does he take a step back from that and not try to maximize the potential of winning every game, but take do a better job of taking a season-long approach to player development with the young team?
Well, and he spent this last season going around to different camps trying to figure out little techniques that he can integrate into his game, which I think was really smart.
A little bit of teaching, a little bit of learning at every stop. Mm-hmm. I think that's very smart. I think the Timberwolves make the playoffs next year for sure. I think they're in the Western Conference Finals within 4 years.
Wow. I mean, that's not too bold of a prediction.
Not too bold of a prediction.
I mean, they're the longest. They have the longest playoff drought of any NBA team. I believe 12 seasons.
I think 13.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's 12
since 2004 when they lost the conference finals. I don't think they've made it back.
Okay, I just looked this up and I think it's 12.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stick with 12.
All right.
And history. Okay, one of the coaches that he did visit, Golden State.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr. Coach of the Year, the Red Auerbach Trophy. Did you ever? I've never seen the Red Auerbach Trophy before until this week.
No, I saw it in that selfie Jaron Collins took.
It's horrible looking.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Red Auerbach, not a hot man, not a body issue ESPN guy, especially now.
Depends on how you feel about cigars.
Depends on where they're placed, a la Bill Clinton, but for the most part. Did you agree with this decision? How did you think the voting shook out? Terry Stott's taking second place.
I think Coach of the Year is a bizarre award.
Because it doesn't go to the best coach most times.
Right, and it's not like it's coach who presided over the team that did the most unexpected thing.
Which is either win 73 games or lose 4 starters.
And make a big improvement. Or still, like, maintain. Or like Doc Rivers won it in Orlando, for instance.
Even though they went how far?
No, yeah, they didn't go anywhere. The next year went horribly, and he was back doing TV. But for that one year where he came in and they made the playoffs, he won Coach of the Year.
Doc Rivers needs to save some of his voice for TV.
I think so much of what a coach does is hard to measure. That the Coach of the Year award gets given to guys based on a lot of factors that aren't necessarily under their control.
Right, free agent signings, injuries, salary cap situations.
Young players developing maybe before they got there, or just giving a guy more opportunity leading to that player being successful.
Or the draft lottery.
Yeah, but and it's not like a most valuable award. It's hard to say what the award is actually for. But I do agree. That's a long-winded preface to me saying I do agree, Coach Kerr.
And the writer that voted for Luke Walton, first overall?
Sure.
Okay.
I think it was interesting that the NBA put both Luke Walton and Steve Kerr on the ballot.
Was it Bill Walton who voted for him?
Does he have a vote? I don't think he has an awards vote.
I think he covers college, so he probably has some college sway.
Yeah, but they had to put them both on the ballot because of the percentage of games that Luke coached, but they still didn't give Luke any career victories.
He's still the only person, I believe, to earn a Coach of the Year first place vote and never win a game.
Or lose a game.
I hope to be on that list next year. 0-0, Thomas Todd.
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year.
That's your
coach's decision of the year.
Yes. No.
Boo. One more. A place that Tibbs didn't visit on any coaching rounds. Byron Scott.
He gone.
But he was so sure.
Of what?
That he would stick around.
Of getting Kobe the ball.
That was his job, wasn't it?
His job was to help the Kobe press tour.
He was like an undertaker, pretty much. He
only had to
cemetery
coach one
groundskeeper.
person.
I feel like he was more of a PR agent.
A PR agent?
Yeah. He was there to, like, in the scrum to tell the media where Kobe would be that day, and if Kobe was playing, and if he was in a suit, or if Kobe even traveled.
Byron Scott is not uniquely built to coach a basketball team, but you're telling me he's uniquely built to let people know where Kobe Bryant is, and that is a multi-million-dollar job.
Oh, yeah, Kobe's already signed him as his, retirement agent. I'm kidding.
Yeah, didn't you hear?
Gosh. Nearly had a heart attack. Byron Scott's like, Kobe, don't shoot threes in retirement. It's just no good.
Byron Scott is uniquely built to take the heat from the media while Kobe's doing his press tour.
I hate to use this word because I've never met the man, and I would never call him this, but you just have to play the happy idiot, or...
I don't know.
Duck?
He did. He was the coach of the Chris Paul New Orleans teams that were so great because he allowed Chris Paul to be the coach.
This man has no qualifications.
I don't know. Magic Johnson said he'll be back.
To be fair,
then again, Magic Johnson also regretted that Skip Bayless is leaving ESPN.
Skip Bayless is leaving ESPN?
Did I break news for you?
Yeah. Are we going to have to put his hair
today.
out? Are we going to have to throw a bucket of water on him?
No, he's going to Fox Sports 1. They're amassing all the terrible people.
The takes are going to be even hotter.
The takes are the hottest.
Oh, the Fox takes. Oh, this
Fox
is going to be interesting.
1.
All right, well, I've got a hot take
Eagle
for
1
you,
Fox
Joaquin.
take.
Ooh, is that an Independence Day
That was
reference?
Independence Day
I
reference.
loved it. You know what you can do while watching Independence Day? Because you can do all the lines from it.
Browse the internet?
You can browse the internet and stumble onto SeatGeek. All three of us are millennials, and what do millennials love to do?
Use their phones.
Apps.
No. We like to go to concerts. We like to go to sporting events. What do we not like to do? Spend any money at all. We all came up in this horrific 2008 crash economy, and we came out the other end as cheapskates. That's why SeatGeek is your best place to go to buy tickets, concerts, everything that you want on their app, the SeatGeek app. Download it. They're going to show you exactly what the best deals are with green dots and red dots. The green dots get bigger when the deal is good. The red dots get bigger when please don't buy that ticket. They let you know it's a ticket aggregator website. It's going to pull all the tickets you need from every game and every concert. It's going to be right there at your fingertips. And for our listeners of Coach's Decision and Giants Pod, our partners, you're going to get a $20 rebate after your first purchase by typing in the offer code SFG20. That's because I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, so they are pigeonholing me. SFG20. Thank you so much for supporting Coach's Decision, and thank you to SeatGeek, the #1 app in ticket buying, going away. Joaquin.
Thomas.
Football never goes away. As much as you want it to.
Wait, we're talking... Yeah, the Champions League semifinals happened today and yesterday. We're talking about football, right?
Football. You want to start there?
No.
Okay. Deflategate is back.
It is.
Tom Brady's suspension reinstated. Is it reinstated or is it uninstated, unreinstated?
Well, let's just say it's happening.
Deflategate is on.
Currently,
the gate is deflated.
Currently, Tom Brady will not play in the first 4 games of next season. I believe they play Arizona, Miami, Buffalo, and somebody else kind of lame.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Garoppolo's the only other quarterback on the roster, so they're going to fight this tooth and nail. They have very limited options left. I think they have, this is their last chance to appeal.
Was it like a U.S. appellate court?
Yeah, it was an appellate court that initially got it reversed to begin with and defeated the NFL.
Is it like a higher appellate court?
Yeah, now I think the Supreme Court appeals court is getting involved. I don't know, because we don't have legal representative Daniel Zarchi on the show today. We have skeletal biology representative Victoria Feeney on the show, and unless she learned bone law, I don't really know.
She's an expert in
only
bone
bird
law.
Bird law.
Only bird law. I'm sorry.
What about maritime law?
This green stuff is not the land. But do you think it holds up? Do we have to wait all summer just to see if Brady actually sets foot on the field again?
You know what? All I'm hoping is that regardless of the outcome, either Tom Brady or Roger Goodell has a Shaq freestyle moment and asks the other how something tastes.
How their rear ends are flavored and seasoned on a particular evening.
That's what I really want.
Oh.
I really want Roger Goodell to be turning up and ask Tom, show me how my...
Speaking of happy idiots and lame ducks, Roger Goodell, this is his legacy in the balance. I mean, this is a seminal moment going forward because he's gone so hard after Tom Brady and Robert Kraft that if he ultimately fails several times over to get the same guy, it's going to be his entire legacy, plus concussions.
Is this punishment harsher than the punishment that he doled out to New Orleans for Bountygate?
Yes, because it's harsher on a scale because New Orleans was asking people to hurt other people intentionally and to injure them. This was some gamesmanship to try and gain an advantage.
Potentially. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I mean,
I'm still going to use allegedly because I don't trust Roger Goodell as an impartial arbiter in this, and I don't trust the NFL conducting an investigation. The word NFL investigation carries like less credibility with me, that phrase. I don't know. I can't think of a phrase that has less credibility.
And it wasn't that he was maybe a FIFA investigation. He wasn't
FIFA internal investigation.
Yeah, he wasn't an impartial person or arbitrator. He was a two-time impartial arbitrator because he had to arbitrate his own decision, which basically means you make a decision, you wait 6 weeks, and then you have to try to make the same decision? I don't understand. What's the definition of insanity? That's it right there.
Is this going to wind up being more of his legacy than Bountygate? Also, I hate that they're both called... I hate it. I hate it. They're named after a hotel that had nothing to do with the gate.
What if the hotel was called like the water ship down?
The Waterloo.
The Waterloo. We'd have Bounty-Loo. DeflateLoo.
Oh my goodness.
My toilet is evaporating. It's DeflateLoo. Gotta get Neil Proberg in here for that one. He can help me pronounce some of these across the pond words.
What if it was a Ramada Inn? We'd just be having Bounty Inn.
Bounty Inn, yeah. Hotel, motel, Bounty Inn. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work at all. No, that wouldn't work at all. Okay, well, Roger Goodell,
regardless, is this more of his legacy than
100%? Because the people involved in Bountygate are Sean Payton, Greg Williams.
They were recent Super Bowl champions.
Jonathan Vilma. I get that, but it's Tom M.F.ing Brady.
Yes.
He is the greatest quarterback of his generation who doesn't have a red mark on his forehead left over from his helmet. He's one of the 5 greatest football players that the NFL has ever seen.
He's the greatest quarterback of his generation that doesn't have an opinion on how chicken parm tastes.
I bet he doesn't have an opinion on how chicken parm tastes.
I bet he hasn't had chicken parm in years.
I bet he doesn't eat cheese. Just saying.
Probably not.
Does not eat cheese. Okay, moving on. The 49ers don't sign Josh Norman. Danny and I talked about this earlier in the week. The jabronis do.
The jabronis.
Our jabronis are back.
Yeah.
As you guys know, if you listen to our show regularly, we do not say the name
of the Washington professional football team.
In deference to Joe House from D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's a horribly racist name that doesn't need to be uttered on the air at all.
No, it's all about Joe House, Thomas.
Okay. This was huge because the Panthers blinked. I guess Josh Norman blinked first. Who blinks first in a situation like this?
The Panthers.
The blinking is the good or the bad? Are you not supposed to blink?
I think the good is getting more money. So
okay.
for Mr. Norman, he didn't blink at all. He got the most money possible.
I don't even think he's awake yet, because what happened was they offered him the franchise tag. He decided not to sign it.
Yes.
And say he wasn't coming to camp.
Mm-hmm.
So then what the Panthers did is they said, oh, okay. And as Madison Bumgarner would say, you're not that good. So they rescinded the tag.
Mm-hmm.
His agent said, okay, whatever, and told Josh Norman that he rescinded the tag. And Josh Norman said, no, wait. I want to come back, coach. I want to play two-way hockey.
So that's the blink.
That's the blink, I guess.
I guess that's the blink.
Josh Norman
Therein
blinked.
lies the blink.
He wanted to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has to play for Dan Snyder. Now he has to play for a team that invested its entire hopes in a quarterback who now plays in Cleveland.
But he did say that getting this contract from the Jabronis was like getting a engagement ring from Tiffany's.
Oh, I was going to say from Kobe Bryant.
Oh, no, that's an apology ring. It's like that's the next step in the Jay-Z playbook.
So does he have to change his number now?
Well, because the Panthers are clearly sleeping with another cornerback.
Oh,
is this how you make lemons into lemonade, Beyonce?
There you go.
Is that what the joke we were searching for?
No, I made the Jay-Z joke. You just missed it. All right.
I heard it. I just wanted a supply. And someone had to say lemonade.
That's true.
On this show at some point.
Are you going to go to the Beyonce World Tour?
No.
Are you going to go, Victoria?
I do love Queen Bee.
I'm a T-Swizzle guy. You know that. Maybe a Katy Perry guy.
Maybe a Katy Perry. What about a Kesha?
I'm Team Kesha.
I can't get that rip-roaringly drunk anymore. It hurts too much now.
All right.
I would have to be pretty trash to be at a Kesha. Maybe when I was like 26, my like post-hardcore thrash my brain up with alcohol phase.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be Team Kesha.
Okay.
How did we get here?
Lemonade.
We drove here.
In separate cars, thank goodness. The Raiders made news.
Okay.
Which is tough for the Raiders. They are near their first sellout in over a decade for season tickets.
Oh, I thought you were going to mean of the stadium, like their game wouldn't be blacked out locally.
Well, that's what this is leading to. They're not having problems selling tickets anymore. I'm not saying they're going to open Mount Davis anytime soon and fill all those seats, but they are filling their season ticket quotas, and they have completely lapped the San Francisco 49ers as the Bay Area team to watch next season.
Indeed.
And that's amazing, because that hasn't happened since pre-Harbaugh.
Yeah,
pre-Harbaugh.
When's the last time that happened? 2002?
Last time they had a winning season was the 02-03 season. They went 8-8, I think, in 07, 08, or 08, 09. But no one really cared.
And also, the Niners just built that monolith in the middle of nowhere that no one's going to go to.
Because it's hot.
Uh-huh.
It's so hot.
The South Bay's a hot place.
Why would you build a stadium somewhere hotter on purpose? It's football.
Nobody knows, Thomas.
It's the most equipment you have to wear of any sport, other than, I guess, hockey goalies are the only people more dressed than football players.
But they're at least on ice.
Fair.
Analysis.
Hockey
players are on ice. Tori,
there's my hot take.
You're cut out. Oh, your cold take. You're cut out from the middle of the show from now on. That's not happening. And we buried the lead, but I did this on purpose because I think we're going to have our second coach's decision retirement.
Yeah.
When we retire from talking about a player. Do you remember who our first is?
Thankfully, no.
We do not talk about Tiger Woods on the show.
Yes.
We don't talk about Tiger Woods till he wins a major or till he's playing in the final group on Sunday. Then we can talk about Tiger Woods. Joining him, my man, Johnny Football.
Johnny Foosball.
Johnny Football is being retired from coach's decision. He has struck his girlfriend too many times.
Oh, goodness.
He has lost his agent, his lawyer, his friends, his family. Nobody cares about Johnny Manziel anymore, and I want to be included in that list of people. So bye-bye, Johnny Manziel.
Just in honor of Johnny Manziel getting retired from Coach's Decision and Skip Bayless leaving ESPN, I just want to remind everyone that when Johnny Manziel was first drafted, Skip Bayless tweeted that he would one day have a bigger legacy in Cleveland than LeBron James.
And he might. It just might be for the complete wrong reason. Did he really tweet that?
Oh, of course he did.
That's insanity.
The hottest of takes.
That is insanity. Oh, my goodness.
I've got a good Tory topic for this retirement party.
Bust it out right now.
Taco Time in Spokane, Washington has a sign up currently that says, Johnny Manziel, we are hiring.
Wow. Slurpee heaven.
And
look out, here comes Johnny Football.
Producer Manziel. Watch out, Producer Tory.
It's got to be an Outback Steakhouse somewhere he can work in the kitchen.
Oof.
Bloomin' onions all day.
Yeah, he can toss them.
I mean, don't you think he'd be welcome back to College Station as a hero?
But what would he do?
Go to all their games and get drunk and tailgate and
how's that different from right now?
Act as though he's still in college.
Just be like one of the Jersey Shore people.
Yes.
Who just make thousands of dollars doing appearances places and partying.
Or be like the people who still act like they're in college until they're in their 40s, going to all the college football games.
So he can be an MTV VJ.
Yes.
He's about 20 years too late for that to be a real career, though.
He didn't make it in time for, what was it, I Want to Be a VJ?
I Want to Be a VJ.
Jesse Camp.
Jesse Camp.
Do they still do Summer Jam?
Oh, God.
Probably. They probably still do Spring Break, man.
Spring Break forever.
Forever.
We all know that. All right, Johnny Manziel, we're going to send you off to retirement with a gold watch, though I know you can still afford it because you've got all that money. I hope it lasts. I hope it all lasts.
Money Manziel.
Maybe he can be like a JaMarcus Russell in a few years from now, tell the NFL that he'll play for free.
Write a bunch of letters. JaMarcus Russell, former #1 pick of the Raiders, is writing letters. Come on, coach. You don't even have to pay me.
Put me in, coach. Back when I was in high school, I could have thrown it over the mountains.
The coach says to his GM, hey, he wants to play for free. Does that mean we have to give him a roster spot? Yes, we do. Okay, sorry, JaMarcus. We need this guy to run back kicks. We need this guy to tackle the guy running back kicks. Yep. And they're more important than you.
We need this guy to be willing to get a concussion when he's running down on the kickoff.
Actually, JaMarcus, stay in shape because guys are retiring en masse. You might have some kick coverage potential.
I mean, the way he was going, he could be a lineman.
That's true. He was InflateGate was the JaMarcus Russell. Sorry, InflateLoo.
The JaMarcus Russell story.
InflateGate. Oh, Victoria's writing that down as our episode title. I can tell. I know that look on her face. We're going to take a quick sponsorship break. Fanatics.com and Fans Edge. Joaquin, sponsorship break does not mean watch the Warriors-Rockets game.
Yes, it does.
Okay, fine. Fanatics.com and FansEdge.com are longest tenured sponsors, wonderful sites for sports merchandise. They sell things at 20, 30, even 40% off of retail price.
I've used that site.
It's phenomenal. Yeah. You the one who bought the Andrew Bogut jersey? Is that you?
No.
Is that you? What's great about buying an Andrew Bogut jersey is it's never the right size. If you buy his size, you're in trouble. But if you do go to those sites, please click through our website, coachesdecisionksco.com, so they can send us some of those great sponsorship dollars. FansEdge.com and Fanatics.com for your sports merchandise, 30, even 40% off of typical retail prices. All right, back into things, Joaquin, the real football.
The real football. The football that most of the world cares about.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Did you watch both of these semifinal games?
Yes.
Did you work and watch them at the same time?
No, I watched the second half on my lunch break.
You're a smart man. I like how you time that.
Yeah.
It can't be more than 48, 49 minutes.
All you have to do is show up around 12:45, and the half will be starting. That's 45 minutes of soccer watching. The issue is when you get to the second leg, and then it might go into extra time, and then you think, can I fudge it today? Can I stay another half hour and watch more soccer?
Well, you just want your extra time and your kicks.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Prince. This was not an American-friendly semifinal first leg.
Yeah, there was a lot of chances created today.
One goal across 2 matches.
There was a lot of offense today.
One goal across 2 matches.
Well, Bayern hit the underside of the post with a shot, and Atletico created a great chance where Torres had a beautiful shot with the outside of the boot, and he curled around the goalkeeper, but it came back off the post.
Okay.
So maybe it's not a great looking at the score, the box score. Americans love box scores, which soccer isn't super box score friendly, but it was a great round in terms of tactics and in terms of offense, in terms of chances created, and just general getting a feel for how these teams will play in the second legs.
So Munich kind of came into this game as the favorite, right?
And they had the ball for like 70% of the time. 70% possession.
They have enough firepower to still win.
They have enough firepower to still win, but Atletico Madrid has only conceded about 30 goals this season.
Wow.
And they're getting to the point where they almost have more clean sheets than goals allowed.
Wow.
So it'll be very hard for Bayern to score multiple goals against Madrid. And Bayern cannot afford to give up a goal. Because if they give up an away goal to Madrid after having not scored an away goal, they have to score at least 3.
Wow. So
that'll be a very tense second leg in Munich.
It hurts your aggressiveness when you have to allow a goal, but you also have to score.
Yeah.
That's a tough balance.
That's going to be a tough balance for them to strike. The Madrid-Manchester City match, not quite as fun. I would not recommend that being the game you choose to watch.
Because Ronaldo's going to come back. He's going to spit hot fire, and they're going to win 3-0.
And Manchester City looks disjointed, and they looked overmatched.
Didn't they just win the English Cup or whatever?
They won the English title last year.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
No,
Chelsea won last year. They won 2 years ago.
No, so. They won whatever secondary, the FA Cup or something.
Oh, yeah, but that's nothing.
Okay. I don't know. This is why I come to you for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So who's your pick going forward? You've seen the first leg of the semifinals. We still have the second leg and the final. Who's your favorite right now?
I think it's going to wind up being a Madrid derby in the final. So Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid in the final, with Ronaldo coming up just short.
Really?
Atletico Madrid to win it all.
Okay, fair enough. Leicester City is just about to wrap up their English Premier League title with a win over Manchester United this weekend.
Well, they might not win this one, but all they need to do is get at least, I think, 3 points in their last 3 games.
Right, so they could go draw.
Yeah,
and they
just
still
win one of the last 3.
Or have Tottenham lose.
Yeah,
completely.
Which will happen.
Yes. How big is this for English Premier League soccer?
This is crazy. This is the craziest thing ever. This is like if the Nets this year won 70 games.
Or even Utah or something.
No,
not even that?
Not even that.
Really?
A majority of people before the season were predicting that Leicester would be relegated. Not that they would even be in the middle of the table, much less runaway winners.
How much parity is there in this league? Because you said Chelsea won last year, and on the first half of this season, they were near relegation. They were right below that line.
That was a collapse of unrivaled proportions.
Okay.
In terms of their squad not changing and just the players seeming not to want to play for the manager anymore.
Okay.
Parity in the league. Arsenal hasn't finished outside of the top 4 in over a decade. Ever since Manchester City and Chelsea both got tons of money, neither of them had finished out of the top 5 until this year for Chelsea. And Man United's been at the top, and Liverpool's been in the top half forever.
Okay.
So it's really not, there's not much parity. There's usually 5 or 6 teams that you could pick out the winner from at the beginning of the season, and you can have a very sure chance of getting the top 8 or 6 of the top 8 correctly.
So that's why you like soccer, because it's like the NBA.
It's more like the NBA over the course of the season. But that's why this is so crazy, because this is a team that just got promoted to the league a few years ago, and now they've made it all the way to the top. And from the looks of things, they might not actually have to sell off their roster. They might be able to keep this group intact and see if they can repeat the magic next year. And now you'll see Leicester City in the Champions League. Whoever thought you'd see Leicester City in the Champions League?
I barely knew what Champions League was until last year. So.
Big nights in Europe for Leicester.
Okay. One more sponsorship break. 99 Bottles, your premier destination for dining and drinking in downtown Santa Cruz. What a wonderful establishment. I was there last Saturday. I was at a 30th birthday party, which for the 3 of us is becoming just an everyday grind. 30th birthday parties, man. They're tough.
They're wonderfully kind of depressing.
Went on a wonderful brewery tour, but by the time it was over, we got to dinner at 99 Bottles. I was ready for that Philly cheese sandwich, man.
Whew.
I needed it. I drank a Lagunitas IPA I couldn't even taste. because I had just had so much that day. But the service was fantastic. They did a large group of us. I think there were 20, 25 of us, beleaguered, bewildered, drunk, sitting up there. We had great service. The TVs were on. We were watching sports we didn't understand, drinking beer we couldn't taste, and eating food
that was really delicious.
It hit the spot. It wasn't that it was delicious, it's that it was just absolutely nailed the spot. Delicious, kind of greasy pub food, nothing too dramatic.
Perfect with their selection of beers.
Perfect with the selection of beers. And like I said, the service was phenomenal. They put up with us. They auto-graded us. We didn't notice. We tipped them even more. We are now personal heroes of everyone at 99 Bottles. But thank you so much for your sponsorship on Walnut Street between Pacific and Cedar, right in the middle, in the heart of downtown Santa Cruz. What a fantastic place to go. Okay, Joaquin, you have 3 minutes to talk about the Eastern Conference.
Charlotte actually won a game on the road. Like they're the first team in that group of 4 teams that all tied with the same record at the end of the season: the Celtics, the Hawks, the Hornets, and the Heat. Up until now, only the home team had won all the playoff games. But
why was Kemba not? Why did he not have the ball in his hands in the final minute? Why was it Jeremy Lin?
Kemba was shooting. Kemba was like 2 of 9 in the first half, and he was just having a really off night. Jeremy Lin was making things happen. He had a couple of really nice drop-off, look-away passes. Was getting to the line reliably, just creating for his teammates and not always looking for his own shot. And Kemba had the step-back move going. He was getting a lot of separation. He just wasn't hitting.
Who are your picks for the 3 Eastern Conference series that are still going?
Charlotte, Toronto, and I think the Celtics can win 2 in a row.
You think so?
I think they can.
It's going back to Boston for Game 6.
It's going back to Boston for Game 6.
Do you think they can win Game 7 in Atlanta without Avery Bradley?
You're right. It's probably Atlanta.
He's really impacted their defense.
I just kind of want the Celtics.
Atlanta outscored Boston 42-23 in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Boston fell apart in that game.
R.I.P. point guards.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about the Eastern Conference series. It seems to be a series of huge momentum shifts. It's just haymakers going back and forth.
That's why this was so big for Charlotte.
To finally break the cycle?
To break the cycle. To win on the road. Yeah. Now to go home, they can seal the deal. And how that would be great for that franchise to get a playoff series win when people were expecting them to struggle to win 40 games in the first place.
Grade the nickname Buzz City. I think it's a 2. It's a 2. It's terrible.
Ranking on terms of like nicknames for all NBA fan bases?
Or deserving to be on a jersey.
Oh, deserving to be on a jersey, not at all.
That's a 0.
It's a rip of Rip City.
It's a lob of Lob City. It's a, what did we decide Deflategate was now? InflateLoo. Lou City. Can we be Lou City? Can that be LA now for Lou Williams?
Is the Bay Area all of a sudden going to become the splash area?
The splash zone.
Splash zone, come on.
Yeah, we got this. All right, Joaquin. Those are Joaquin's Eastern Conference takes. That was the worst part of the show by far.
No, that's because you had nothing to say about the Eastern Conference.
I don't care at all.
Jurassic Park.
Looks frightening in the dark. All right, we now have producer Victoria coming onto the show to do Tory Topics. Let's cue up her music. Even though she's been on the show the entire time, we're still going to get to her chorus.
This is our jam session. You should just cue it up to the chorus.
I like the verses. Okay, Joaquin, that was the worst part of our show. We have producer Tori in studio now for Tori Topics, where we just rip on some pop culture-related sports topics.
Please tell me they're all about the Eastern Conference playoffs.
I've actually got one for you.
Oh, no.
Got one for you.
All right.
Okay. Girl is planning to get Chinese tattoo on her ankle. You already know what I'm doing.
I don't. I have no idea.
She has someone translate it for her. That person decides that they're going to be funny and gives her Jeremy Lin's name instead.
Okay.
So she gets Jeremy Lin's name tattooed on her.
She doesn't check the translation. She just goes and gets it tattooed.
Which she admits was a mistake. She should have gone back and checked it. But she accepts the mistake and decides she's going to turn it into something and becomes Jeremy Lin's biggest fan. She got to meet him last night.
So she just leaned into it.
Yeah, she went.
Yeah, she realized the mistake. She asked people what it meant. When people told her it was his name, she reached out to him, and then he posted on the NBA subreddit.
Like, I saw this tattoo and copied it. Does anyone know what it means? And it was his name on his own ankle.
And then they've been in contact. She went to the Hornets game, game 4, and got to meet Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lin.
Here's my take on this. Gen X and Gen Y were the litigious generations. If this happened to any of them, they'd be in court tomorrow.
They'd be suing the person who told them that, like, mistranslated the character for them.
Yeah, whoever tattooed them, who purposely put the wrong thing on them, or who drew the...
It wasn't the tattoo artist.
Oh, it wasn't the artist.
They asked someone for the translation of the phrase, and that person thought it would be funny to write Jeremy Lin. And then they went to the artist and said, can you tattoo this on my body? And the artist said, yes, I will tattoo that on your body, because I don't need to know how to read that either.
Previous generations would have been in court. Our generation, we lean into things.
It's gotta leverage that social media.
Just got to roll with the punches and go with it.
I know a guy with a hot dog tattoo behind his ear, and I said, hey, dude, why do you have a hot dog tattooed behind your ear? He said, because he likes hot dogs.
He said, because one day I'm going to be the biggest fan of hot dogs, and I'm going to meet...
I'm going to meet Mr. Hot Dog.
Yeah.
Had that kid at Woodstock with a pizza slice tattooed on his calf.
Oh, Matt Espinoza. Shout out Matt Espinoza. He loves pizza.
He's about that pizza life.
Yeah, hashtag pizza life.
All right, Tori. Non-pizza, non-tattoo, non-Eastern Conference related topic.
All right. This is my favorite one this week. Baylor tight end Laquan McGowan could set an impressive record by becoming the heaviest player ever selected in the NFL draft history. He is 6'6" and 408 pounds. Did I mention he's a tight end?
Nothing tight about that body.
Is it okay? Any cornerback worth his salt, the moment he's on the field, he's going to go straight for his ankles.
Ugh. I mean, why? Because the guy might fall on you.
Yeah, that's a very dangerous play.
I'd try to run him out of bounds. I don't know.
His whole, hype video was like, once I get going, you can't stop me. I'm like, someone's immediately going to go for this guy's knees. He's going to be out.
There was a NBA coach was saying how they didn't understand how Big Baby moved and how he could dunk. Like, they just didn't physically understand how a man who is 6'6" and over 300 pounds could dunk.
And run.
He could run up and down the court. This guy clearly played college football. He could probably get down into a stance and get off the line.
Do you guys
catch the ball?
The refrigerator was 6'2", 350.
Yeah, so just think about that. He's 4 inches taller than Refrigerator Perry, and he is...
Good Lord.
We're getting some Jared Lorenz in action now, because if you haven't seen the Hefty Lefty...
Oh, yeah.
Over here, this was Jared Lorenzen when he was on the New York Giants. He was just about 300 pounds as a third-string quarterback. This is him in the Arena League playing for the something River Monsters, closer to 450 pounds.
Kind of like the New Jersey Swamp Dragons.
I'm going to go with the Mississippi River Monsters.
This man is a quarterback.
That's not a quarterback.
I'm just saying this guy who might get drafted, he's probably amazingly coordinated and strong.
Yeah, but I assume any O-line coordinator's immediately going to tell him to drop 60 pounds.
Oh, yeah. That's going to happen.
But he's, trying to lean in as we do.
You know who else was out of shape for their draft?
Rasheed Wallace.
I was going to go with Draymond Green.
Yeah, he was. He was a little heavy. Mm-hmm. But he was not 400 and such pounds.
400.
He's about the same height.
That's true. I can't wait to get a little older, a little fatter, then I can be the Hefty Lefty. Can't wait. I'm going to lean into that one, too.
So, Joey Rickard hit a baseball right through Josh Donaldson's glove.
Oh, really?
It was clocked at 91 miles per hour. Went straight through his glove.
It's like, there's that one pitcher, I'm not remembering his name now, where his catcher had the chest that was just red from being hit over and over again.
God.
Yeah, baseballs travel fast.
Yeah, it's like Randy Johnson blowing up a pigeon.
Was that a confirmed pigeon?
I don't know.
I hope it wasn't a songbird.
No one was able to confirm anything about it after the ball hit it.
They're like, this could have been a flying squirrel.
Pigeon listed as questionable.
Pigeon listed as doubtful to return. To the air. Does that get scored in error? Ball goes through the middle. Pass ball.
Or is it just a foul?
Oh no, I was talking about Josh.
Okay, we were still talking about.
Oh, you're still talking about.
I went for bird jokes. Come on now.
Bird law, bird jokes.
That's what we do here.
Drunk driver tries. Well, the Patriots lost as his defense. Officer asks him how much he had to drink. The guy laughs and says, "You a Tom Brady fan? Come on, man. I had at least 4 beers after they lost."
When was this?
This was during the playoffs last year.
So this is just coming out in court proceedings now?
Yeah, this is just coming out during court
This has been unsealed by Judge Lance Ito.
That's amazing.
They left the cameras in the court for this guy.
I don't even think you could get away with that in the dead center of Boston.
Here's the problem, Tori, with the way you read the story. When you read the quote from the Boston man, he's a big Tom Brady. You didn't do the accent.
I can always.
You gotta also say touchdown Tom.
Touchdown Tom.
Touchdown Tommy.
There you
gotta
go.
use khakis to park your car.
How many beers did you have, sir? How many beers?
Are you a cop?
Co-op. I think it's co-op.
I think it's co-op.
Co-op.
I'll ask my Uncle Kieran.
I've seen what's the Marty Scorsese, Matt Damon?
The Departed.
The Departed. Yeah, co-op.
Say hello to your mother.
Mark Wahlberg in that. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
He should be a Boston cop just to have Mark Wahlberg arresting people. That'd be so much fun.
Okay.
Shaq can do it.
He's a Boston treasure. He's a Bostonian treasure.
All right,
Mark
Tori.
Wahlberg.
Accents this time.
So let's go for something sweet. Steve Smith Sr., Baltimore Ravens wide receiver, takes teen with rare disorder to prom. He was her prom date.
He's like 38.
I know, but she turned into a big Ravens fan, and she liked how silly and
Because she
goofy
got a
he
stupid
was.
tattoo?
Yes. She has a vein ganglion malformation, which is basically like a cluster of aneurysms.
He's
Wow.
36. He was injured worse last season and played.
Did he bring Steve Smith Jr.?
I think he was supposed to trying to set him up.
Trying to
It was for a
Make-A-Wish.
nonprofit kind of Make-A-Wish thing that he's one of the founders for.
Because when I went to
That's
prom,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
couldn't bring my 26-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, but she also wasn't playing for the Baltimore Ravens.
She actually was. You should have seen her.
Woof.
That was actually her first name. She was Swedish.
Last topic.
All right. Cam Newton hops playground fence to play football with 7th graders.
Yeah!
Cam love the kids.
Cam, love the kids.
Yeah, until he pounded them into the ground on a quarterback sweep.
He was filming for a documentary or something, is driving past this school, sees one of the kids out there on recess is wearing a Cam Newton jersey, asks the school if he can go play with them, jumps the fence, and just starts throwing passes.
They don't know how to run the read option.
You know what they say? You know how I feel about this. Cam Newton, he just needs to show more respect for the game.
Gosh.
Stop showing off. Stop showboating, Cam.
He got rid of Josh Norman. They'll be just fine. All right, well, that's our show tonight. Thank you so much for Tory Topics, Victoria. Thank you to Joaquin for coming on the show today. You can follow them on Twitter, Joaquin at @walk_Nagel, Tori at Dangrest, DAHNGREST.
Yep.
Yes, I'm finally starting to get that. I'm on Twitter at GiantsTodd. Thank you to our sponsors, Fanatics.com, FansEdge.com, 99 Bottles downtown in Santa Cruz, our favorite restaurant, and SeatGeek, where you can use our promo code SFG20 to get a $20 rebate off your first purchase. That's SeatGeek. Get the app, go to sports, go to shows, have a great time. Thank you once again to our contributors. Chris behind the screen, we love you so much. Daniel Zarchi, listen to him and I on Giants Pod. Find both shows on iTunes. We'd love it if you did that. My name is Thomas Todd. You're listening to KSCO 1080 AM, Santa Cruz, Salinas, Monterey.
Cam, love the kids.